Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about Polo G. And we're gonna be talking about his homeboy, BMoneyy 1300, man. Now this is a wild story and it's sad to say the least, man. Because it looks like BMoneyy 1300, according to Polo G, lost his life. Now there's a lot of stories floating around there. And man, a lot of people were saying a lot of things about BMoneyy, but one thing was for sure, man. Polo G had a lot of love for Cat, and he considered him a brother, man. Considered him more than a hype man, more than a best friend. He considered him actually a brother. So it's sad, man, that he lost him when Polo G is probably one of the biggest artists in the rap game right now. There ain't no probably to it, man. Polo G is up there. He's doing his thing. Now, there's a lot of rumors about this situation, but what we're going to do is we're going to reference a report from allhiphop.com. Then we're going to dig into what's floating around out there and just talk about the situation with BMoneyy, man, and Polo G, you know what I mean? Now, before we do that, before we get to all the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this whole Polo G situation and the loss of his homeboy BMoneyy 1300. Now, I'm going to be talking about a story, or at least referencing this story from allhiphop.com. And the headline says a lot, man. It says this. It says, Polo G in shock over shooting death of best friend BMoneyy 1300, man. Now, BMoneyy 1300 and Polo G are both from Chicago, man. And everybody knows that Chicago is a tough town, man. It's wild. And it's even tougher on rappers. I know it's tough on the regular people there, you know. It's probably tougher on the regular people than it is on rappers, to be real. It's just so many rappers from Chicago are hot in the game right now that, you know, we all as fans get pulled into what's going on in Chicago and how it affects the lives of these rappers each and every day, man. It's really a tragic situation when you think about it, but the entertainment of, you know, the raps and everything, you get involved in that, and it's just this all-encompassing story that never ends and keeps going on. And sad to say, it involves a lot of death, a lot of murder, and a lot of stuff like this. Now, the story starts off by saying this. It says, another weekend of violence in Chicago has claimed the life of a close associate of rapper Polo G. Now, the story continues by saying the rap star's childhood friend, BMoneyy 1300, was shot and killed. According to reports, BMoneyy had relocated to Los Angeles to avoid the pitfalls of street life in the Windy City. You know, Windy City being Chicago. Now, that's funny. I'm going to stop there because, you know, a lot of people always say this. They say, hey, man, why didn't he just leave Chicago? Or why doesn't he leave whatever city, man, the rapper is from? People always and often say, yo, man, he needs to get up out of there. And it looks like BMoneyy did the right thing, man. He said, forget this. I'm going to leave Chicago in Chicago, and I'm going to move out to Los Angeles. Now, there's a lot of theories about why he was back. I believe it was his birthday, and he was attending an event for that. But, man, let's get more into the report. So it says this. It says he returned home to attend an event, but was tragically gunned down during his brief time in the city. BMoneyy 1300's murder had a big impact on Polo G. He was frequently on stage alongside Polo G, acting as his hype man, and traveled around the world with the rapper. And you can actually see footage of BMoneyy 1300 as Polo G's hype man. Like, it's on his page right now still, you know what I mean? And on Polo G's page as well, man. You can see it on their social media. So he lost his best friend, hype man. They moved out to LA. They're living the life. They live in this big rap dream because Polo G is on top of the world right now. Then you go home just for something brief. You go home for nothing at all, and only to get caught up in whatever he got caught up in, and you lose your life. You know what I mean? He probably was, and I'm going to shoot him a whole bunch of bail because he probably wasn't even doing nothing. He was probably just either at the wrong place at the wrong time, or he was either just, you know, minding his business, and this just happened to be one of those weekends where things went crazy. Because like in the story it said earlier, this was a wild weekend for Chicago as well, man. I think they had like over 45 shootings, and you had like 7 people who died, or either 5 to 7 people who died. It was something like that. And a lot of them, you know, it was, the ages were all over the place. I was looking at all the cases for a brief second there, and they were all over the place. Now, it continues by saying this. It says Polo G eulogized his childhood friend in a post he made on social media. So let's actually look at that post that he made on social media. Now, in the post, Polo G said this. He started it off with 5 broken heart emojis, and he said, My little brother, on Gucci, I can't see myself doing this without you, broski. I know I'll never meet another cat like you again. One of the realest dudes I ever met in my life. I always made sure to remind you of that. Black heart emoji. You was the heart of the hood, you know? How to make a whole room smile. Couldn't nobody stay mad around you. You was the very first cat to ever show me support in this rap thing. Now, it continues by saying a lot, man. He talks about how BMoneyy was the very first person who was there for all his shows, how he was the very first person to really show him true support in the rap game, the first person to do a lot of things and to have his back, and that would be greatly missed, man. And even the story continues by saying this. Polo G labeled BMoneyy 1300 the heart of the hood and said he lit up any room he walked into with his infectious smile and swag. So basically just showing that his homeboy had a whole bunch of, good qualities and charisma that, helped move along their success in the rap game, right? Now, the story ends by saying this weekend, 5 people were shot and killed in Chicago, while 40 people were injured in another bloody weekend ruined by gun violence. You know what I mean? Now, it talks about the fact that, Polo G, he wanted to use that post as a way to send his last condolences to his homeboy. And basically, it's kind of like a eulogy, man. You know what I mean? But what's sad is the fact that they're even in this situation because you take all the precautions, I should say, in order to move your team out the hood. You out in LA, you're probably living real good, and then you come back for just a brief second, and man, tragedy strikes. Now, there's a lot of rumors, and so let's get to that. Now, a lot of people were saying that BMoneyy 1300 was in town for his birthday. And they said he was at a relative's house when he was actually shot, man. He had just stepped out from a relative's house and leaving a birthday party. Now, I haven't seen anything that confirms any of that, but that's the rumor that's floating around, man. Now, they both wear that 1300 chain. BMoney's 1300 chain is smaller than Polo G's, but you often see Polo G with a 1300 chain on as well. And I'm not sure what that exactly means or if that's any type of affiliation or anything. I mean, I doubt it, you know what I mean? But they're saying that dude was definitely out there before they got put on in the game, you know what I mean? So I don't know what out there means. I'm just saying that's what people are saying. Now, to be honest, regardless of all that, sweeping all that under the rug, regardless of that, man, this is a very young dude who lost his life and had the potential and the opportunity to reach the greatest heights in the hip-hop and rap game, man. He'll be sadly missed by his team, I'm sure. So RIP to BMoneyy 1300. Didn't know him, never listened to any of his music, even though he does have music if you want to check it out. He's got music, mixtapes, all that, man. So it's wild, man. Sad situations like this bring, a lot of attention, man. And Polo G is obviously going through it because Chicago is pretty heartless in these situations, and you already know what's going on online as soon as something like this takes place. Now, with that, this has been your boy, Big Man. Hold up. What do you guys think about this situation? Do you think at any point is this avoidable for even like a Chicago hip-hop artist to even just try to go back home for a split second, I mean, is there any way that they can go back home and still be on guard, or do they have to really move with big-time security and all that just in order to ensure safety or whatnot? Now, with that, this has been your boy, Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time we drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.